Hello kittens, sorry about that, but now we're back. Welcome to Said the Cat. Today is Monday, it's Monday afternoon, so we are doing business building. And our current project is creating an Electron.js application, and it's all about automated publishing from Markdown notes. This project was born from a frustration because I don't feel that there are any really good note-taking applications that allow you to publish properly. We have things like buffer.com, which I will bring up now. Sorry. Okay, so let's look at sort of what we're going to try and compete with, I guess. So I'm definitely not planning to do the full suite, but buffer.com is essentially a place where you can queue up posts to places like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It sort of allows you to queue up posts and schedule them automatically throughout the day. The problem is that you don't really have a lot of access to formatting. It's unfortunate because you can't really share posts easily across the different platforms. And I just feel like everything that you add to this application is just stuck in the cloud. So I thought to myself, how do we do this better? And I thought, well, first of all, let's use Markdown, because Markdown is the easiest way to write content for the web. It's ubiquitous, it's simple, and it's powerful. And if we click a preview, we can see everything gets formatted correctly. Okay, so we're using Markdown. Then what? Well, I don't like how everything is stuck in the cloud. So how do we fix that? Well, we use the file system, right? And you would say, well, then everyone's going to the cloud. Well, if you want to use the cloud, just stick Google Drive or OneDrive or Dropbox, whatever tool you like to synchronize a file system, just point it at this folder and it will just work, right? So we're going to base everything from the file system, and we're going to make everything very, very keyboard friendly, because frankly, when I'm typing and navigating my documents, I don't want to be touching the mouse, right? I want to be working quickly. So we've got keyboard shortcuts for showing and hiding the file system. I'm going to add some keyboard shortcuts so that we can navigate the file system without leaving the editor window. And then finally, we're going to add some search functionality so we can search through all of our notes for publishing. And then I think finally, we'll be looking at creating pipelines. And now pipelines, I guess, will start off simple with probably just Twitter. And so you would add your Twitter credentials, and when you click send, it would wrap this up in a tweet and post it off. Or later on, I guess what we should add is a schedule queue button as well, right? In fact, I'll add that now because I think that helps explain what our application is doing. So this is our send button. So we've got a edit pipelines, set default pipelines, and I guess what we want to do, I wonder if we can do a HR element here. What would it look like? Sorry. Okay, so let's pick an icon for this. So I'm just going to go to our UI library website, which is Element. And if I can, I want to use icons from this library, because everything's just built in. We also have access to the Font Awesome library, although I feel like these ones are a little bit better. Where am I looking? Icon, okay. So what sort of icon here denotes a queue? That kind of looks like a queue, sort of an upload instead of a send. I guess if we don't find anything better, that will do for now. That unfold, that kind of looks like a queue as well. Oh, just the schedule. That might sort of work, right? This concept of sort of the future, doing things in the future. Oops, I don't have. Let's get some music up in here. Why is that not working? All right, well, that doesn't seem to be working right now, but that's fine. Okay, so we're using sort of like a send button already. None of this is really telling me future. Refrigerator, yeah, maybe, not really. Okay, well, I kind of like that indented one. Where was it? This one. This kind of illustrates what we're after. Okay. Just gonna bung that in there. And we're gonna call that schedule. Okay. So then here we've got this sort of schedule. I think we need to use a different divider. And I want to update those fonts as well. Is it Dropdown? Dropdown item. Sorry, I just need to get these in the right order. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, so let's find the drop-down menu item. Or just drop-down menu. So that one's got a nice little divided on the last item. Okay, so you add the divided to show that it's on the bottom item. So what we can do is just remove that there. We can add this divided attribute, and let's have a look. There we go. Maybe the scheduled needs to really be the calendar icon, doesn't it? Doot, 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 doot. Although the inbox kind of does what we want as well, communicating that it's like a queue inbox. Where was that calendar? Somewhere over here, wasn't it? Calendar? No. Calendar. Ah, there we go. L icon date. Yeah, okay, that's the one we wanted. Okay, so that's how we schedule stuff. Schedule, otherwise we edit, we'll set defaults. Cool, or just send. Okay, now I think the next thing we want to do is just get this file system stuff working. So that is going to be part of the background process, I think. So we've got this singleton, or a class that we use as a singleton. So we initialize this class and then we apply it to, well, so what happens is we initialize this class in the background process and then we pass it into the front end process via Electron's remote system. And then using that link between the front end and the background process, we're able to access the file system. So that's sort of what's happening here. So here we're loading the item. I don't know whether load is the right word here. We're reading. So let's change that to read. Cool. All right. So what's really happening here? Okay, so we get this item here, and we load this file content here. Might just move that up. Okay. And the next thing I want to do is I just want to make sure I've got the VueJS documentation up for event emission. Okay. Kitty's got a thimble. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so what we want is we want to look up the emit documentation somewhere. It should be in here, shouldn't it? There we go, emit. Okay, so emit is a function on every Vue instance. We're going to take the event name first and then, okay. So I guess what we're going to say is, what event file, what, maybe load, editor load, editor load. I think maybe that's just fine. And then we just pass the file content in there, right? And we've already verified the item is correct. Okay, so let's have a look here. So if I click on this,